Katie, the angel that says fuck.
And I'm Megan.
We're here to do your Libra full moon reading for all signs. Currently, the moon's in Leo. I'm having a Neptune square sun transit and I'm super foggy, so I'm going to try to get through this and see how it goes. But I am in some of the most blissed out state of mind right now. Like I feel happy, but I can barely keep my mind on uh, things. So I do have this written out, so I'm gonna. Oh, there's a dove outside of the window. That's got to be a good sign. That's beautiful. Anyway, oh look, a bird and a lizard. Okay, so animal signs. We've got to look those up. Libra full moon at 4:12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time at 29 degrees. During the last full moon we had, it was also in Libra. It was in March. It was at the beginning degrees in 0 degrees to be exact. At the Aries point, which is 0 degrees of any sign, is the initiating sign. So that full moon brought the beginning of realizations in relationships. And the full moon approaching on April 19th will feel more like decisions, conclusions, and ending of cycles. This moon coming up is suggested to illuminate equanimity in relationships and partnerships, whether the energy exchange is equal and which relationships need to be released to reach our highest potential. This Libra is the sign of open friendships and open enemies. There's usually no two ways about it.
Another very important astrological point is this full moon in Libra is going to be opposing Uranus, and that's going to be a need for change and excitement or freedom could make you restless. Unexpected events and unpredictable behavior could add much tension to any of your close relationships, including, friendships, love, work relationships. The organs that, what?
I just realized I'm sitting here playing with these rocks and like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The organs that this moon can impact are your kidneys, your ureter, your urinary bladder, veins, skin, your pancreas, insulin. So definitely if you're prone to UTIs, stay on top of that.
Drink your water.
Drink your water. Yes.
Cranberry juice and water.
Absolutely. If you're a diabetic, stay on top of checking your blood sugar and making sure if you are somebody that does take insulin.
Make sure to eat your meals regularly.
Yes, absolutely.
And eat the right kind of food. I know you're tired of hearing that.
Absolutely, but this is like a what do they say, like a high, I can't think of it.
It's high risk energy?
Yes, high risk energy. Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. If you are prone to rashes and stuff like that, this could be a time of a skin flare up, especially if people that have eczema.
Take your sun baths and your apple cider vinegar baths, depending on what your issues are. Those will usually cure just about everything.
That's a very good tip. And then last time I touched on for planting and fishing, so I'm going to do that again. I get that information from the Old Farmer's Almanac. So for planting above ground would have been the 11th and the 12th. So that's already passed, which is funny because just not exactly on those dates, I think. But a few days prior to that, I started germinating some seeds.
Sure.
For below ground plants, you'd want to do April 1st through the 3rd. The 29th of April and also the 30th of April is suggested to be prime times based on the moon phase. And then for fishing, April 5th through the 19th, that is the best segment through April to go fishing. So if you're somebody that likes to fish and you do go fishing at all this time, I want to hear how you did.
If you're planting your bulbs, let us know too, I guess. I'm interested if anybody
if
pays
anybody,
attention to these ones because I think it's cool.
Also, the last thing I don't want to forget, that surgery operations, because this is a high risk energy right now, they're highly, highly, highly not recommended.
If you can avoid having surgery right now and reschedule, it's a good idea.
Yes. I'd say like no pancreas removals, maybe.
Then again, I mean, if your pancreas needs to be removed, you might want to be in one of those situations where it's like,
this is a time you'd hope it doesn't happen. Okay.
Yeah, so be careful with your organs, y'all. Your internal organs need some extra special love. Wow, okay, so that got serious. But your skin is also your biggest organ, so, you know, that rashes thing is a big deal. Whenever Uranus is involved, it's kind of like lightning striking. It's the most common metaphor used for Uranus. It's like it could be sudden disruptions or sudden like resolutions of things. So if things are looking kind of dismal and you feel like things are going down the shitty path, you have no idea what could happen. Things could wind up coming into favor or opportunities coming into your lap that you never even thought possible. So, and vice versa. If you're riding high, be careful because you don't know what could happen. Like, so just sort of
one step in foot of the other, but make sure you're just keeping an eye on your surroundings.
Go with your intuition, and that should be taking you where you need to go as far as what was about to happen. But okay, so are you ready to get started on the readings?
Go ahead and bless the cards, and then we'll get to
cool.
the Sacred Rebels.
All right, what we like to do is we ask everybody to put forth their energy and go ahead and call in their teams from the other side, their ancestors, their spirit guides, their whatever you have. You go ahead and lend your energies that you have available to you to this, and we ask that our egos be removed so that the messages that we provide come through us clearly and without the junk that ego can bring. And we ask that the guides and ancestors that are in here or in this reading with us come through and deliver the messages straight to the points of people's hearts where it needs to go. We ask that our energy comes through in a healing way and that anything that comes out is what needs to be heard and that we don't second guess it. So, okay, I guess let's start with that right there.
So every time we do a moon reading, we call these the Messenger of the Moon, basically series of the angel that says fuck. And part of this is we pull a card right before we start the reading to just give an overall collective energy that this full moon.
Yeah. The heater hasn't kicked on in hours, and all of a sudden it kicked on out of the blue. No, I'll go take care of it.
Okay. So yeah, we pull a Alana Fairchild Sacred Rebels. This is the deck right here. And it is a oracle deck for those who are ready to celebrate and nurture their individuality. When you are a sacred rebel, you want to be fully alive, express your authentic truth. So this is just something that gives a little bit of a different kick to our readings. So she actually pulled the card this time. Normally I tend to pull it, but it absolutely does not matter.
It's about the intention anyway.
Absolutely. So the card that was pulled for the overall collective energy was the number 32, Faith in the Process. Give it a good look. You can tell that, she's kneeling as if she's like in the praying position. She's got a bird on her back.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to touch base on kind of what the beginning says, and then we'll hit on it at the very end. No matter how powerful we are, how much courage and strength we have, there are times when we can't quite move ourselves along to the next phase of life or creative exploration. At such times, we need some divine intervention, a little help in pulling our trolley along, so to speak.
That's why we always ask for extra interference from the other side. Oh, I forgot. We invite the angels of truth, love and light, and benevolent darkness, as long as they have our best interest in mind, to be a part of this reading. I forgot one of the most important elements.
When we are at the edge of our limits and have no more personal resources, we might be left with only one spiritual power, that of faith. Fortunately, that is enough. So I feel like, absolutely this is a great card to just reiterate that, I've never pulled this card. I've never read the actual card, but I can guarantee you it's going to just reiterate to believe in your path, believe in faith, believe in your intuition, and everything's within divine timing.
I remember at the beginning, I was like, oh, there's a dove. There's two little birds. So we're definitely going to be getting messages from the bird friends, and this, so pay attention. Let's go ahead and look up the meaning of the bird visitation. I would, but I'm playing a binaural track for us so that we can stay focused.
Yes. If this is one of your first times seeing how we do a reading or just listening to us, however you do, we each are going to pull a card. We're going to take turns going first. We are going to separately interpret the card we pull, and then we are going to combine the two cards to give you a 2-card reading, and we will interpret them together. So it's basically like getting 2-card readings in one.
Gives an idea of what it's like to get a private reading from us. If you go ahead and watch for your sun, moon, and rising, if you know what they are. If you don't, hit us up. We'll help you figure out what that is for you.
I'm a Taurus sun, Libra moon, Libra rising.
I'm an Aries sun, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. So what we have is cardinal and fixed suns, and mutable and cardinal, moons and rising. So it's good between us. We both have a lot of air, and we can translate a lot of energies, and we can tend to be a little bit on the telepathic side. It can be stupid ridiculous how we communicate. My dad doesn't get it sometimes. But anyway.
We're going backwards this
time,
correct?
I have it as, this is where we'll put the timestamps when we're doing those, and this is where the order is.
Okay.
So, we're starting with Pisces. Do you want to do Pisces?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, Pisces. Let's bring in some guidance for you for this second full moon in Libra. All right. This is super rare. All right. So this can be very important. This is going to be about conclusions. Okay, we got the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands, he kind of looks a little timid, like he's guarding. I envision a lot of the times when I see this card like a dog guarding his property.
I feel like he's been defending what he believes in.
Absolutely. So you could definitely be coming to a conclusion. This maybe stand your ground. You're finally standing very firmly behind a decision that you've been probably pondering on for a while.
You might have been like treading water on a project or something that you've been trying to pull the gravity of the weight of for a while, and you're getting to the point where you're burned out. Maybe you're the ideas person.
I'm picking up on defensive.
You're defensive, but also like doing it alone. Like I said, nines are like alone. It comes down from the Hermit. So it's about like usually this one's just, he seems tired. So he's definitely coming from a level of fear, I feel like, as well. So yeah, guarded.
Ha!
No fucking way.
Perfect. Yes, this is
2 9s, y'all.
this
So,
Libra moon is definitely going to put you Pisces into an introspective mode. You're going to be definitely feeling guarded. You're going to be on the watch. You're going to be feeling very internal, keeping things to yourself.
You're tired of defending the old beliefs because you're not even sure if you believe in them anymore. There's something that's been established for a while, and you're tired of defending it. It's like, I don't even know if I'm into that anymore. Like, I think my mind is changing, and you're trying to figure out what the spiritual depth is for your next phase. Like, this is like going inside. This is coming into, like, fuck, what am I even fighting for over here? I just need to withdraw. I need to come in here and find what makes me happy again.
Possibly you've been feeling like you've been having to defend yourself for a very long time.
Maybe you're just plain out misunderstood most of your life.
Yeah, and maybe this Libra full moon, I'd hope would bring you into the point where, you know what, you're kind of just like, forget everyone. I'm going to be myself. This is who I am, and I don't need to be defending what I believe in and who I am anymore. You either accept me as who I am, or, I'll just do my own thing.
It's like something that I always think of when I see this card, and I'm sure Pisces, because Neptune rules Pisces, and Neptune also rules music. Y'all are thinking that this is really familiar. Perhaps you've seen this on the Led Zeppelin covers and t-shirts and whatnot. I think it's a really good time to go ahead and, like, maybe get into some Led Zeppelin if you haven't listened to it in a while. I think that's probably a really good idea for you Pisces. Get into some esoteric music. If you don't do that, get into some Tool. You know it. It's always time for Tool. Okay. Aquarius. I left my mom on red, and I feel kind of guilty about it. She's an Aquarius. She asked me a pointed question, and I don't want to answer her. So, I haven't. I feel kind of bad about it. Oh, well, I guess non-action really is the right thing to do, because Four of Swords is all about the action of doing nothing and taking a pause and sort of a sabbatical. This always feels like to me like he's like doing that fake death thing where it's just like sanctuary. He wants to be somewhere safe, guarded, and well decorated for a while.
I love when we do this. All right, Aquarius. So this just is gonna absolutely reiterate what she's saying.
Your brain is going through too much at a time. Like, you need to meditate and get your sabbatical. This is about, like, you can still be functioning about your life and going to work and doing everything, but you don't have to be busy in your brain about it. You can take chunks of space to think about nothing.
I tend to interpret this card as somewhat of a meditative card, because as if you just look closely, he's laying there, like his hands are in the praying position, almost like he's
seeking guidance.
He's peacefully laying there.
He's waiting for inspiration.
He's not in turmoil. So with this full moon, you could definitely be coming to peace with something.
Yeah, for sure. This is crazy. Like, this is such stillness for Aquarius. Like,
and there's 78 cards in each of our decks. I'm also
hearing the word stop. So if there's something that in your life that's a yes or no, or something that's like, it's a no, it's a stop, it's a cease from all activity card. So you have no more.
Maybe you're working
say.
too much and you need to kind of slow your roll, take advantage of maybe some of that vacation time you could possibly have saved
Learn
up.
about walking meditation though. If this is all mental and you need to calm your mind down to help your nervous system catch up and be calm, fucking do it, okay?
All right, Capricorn. Guidance, suggestive guidance for this full moon. Justice. So with Justice, this is a card of Libra, so this full moon is definitely going to be very strong for you. I'm feeling, Capricorn.
You're going to feel justified about something. Like something is going to come in and validate you. You've been working hard, more than likely, Capricorn. And you're feeling like the scales need to be balanced. It's something about diplomacy and making sure things are equally distributed is interesting. Okay, so you have death reversed over here. Perhaps this is like a judgment in your favor, for literal from a court, because the worst is over when the death is reversed. The new beginning is upon you. This is incoming. This is still experiencing the dark part of a rebirth. This is the dark part's over and you're in the middle of it. So this is a new dawning situation where
I keep envisioning a road. Like that's
okay.
like the number one thing that's like popping into my head right now. So
so the pathway's open.
A decision being made could ideally lead to a new road that you may have thought this like a death, like a train, like
you had an idea that you had going is no longer
right.
Maybe somebody took it from you and it felt unjustified, but now you're seeing the justice in the whole big picture.
Kind of like a blessing in disguise, basically.
Maybe the delays are making sense now because it's becoming more apparent what the how it shakes down and how everything evens out. It's very bland, but yay! Like,
I feel like new roads are opening.
Like it's solid, it's earthy, it's a little bit of air. It's like Capricorn's always about policing others, like in a way. Like Earth signs are the only ones I've ever heard about, like driving around and saying, if I was a cop, I'd pop that guy for blah 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 blah. Like she does it. She's a Taurus. Capricorns do it a lot. So you guys kind of like your open roads. Prove me wrong. Sagittarius. Let's get your mutable fire ass out of the way, don't teasing. Nobody likes to be rushed. Fire signs do, though. They kind of love it. So, I actually pulled this card for myself today. It was called the Princess of Cups in the other deck, but it's like new excitement, new feelings, butterflies in your stomach. I'm like feeling like the spring is like giving you a little bounce in your step. This is definitely relationship energy.
I imagine it as like being like little kindergartners and a little boy has a crush on like a little girl, so he gives her something like totally like random weird as a gift, like, here, this is from me.
Have you ever heard that White Stripes song, We're Gonna Be Friends, or I Think We're Gonna Be Friends? It's a really cute little ditty, and it sounds just like little kids, walking to school, and it's a beautiful little like small song, but it's feeling that innocent and sweet and kind of new and like light for this Page of Cups with Sagittarius. So let's see what you have. Oh, this is a love story.
8 of Pentacles. So Wait, no. Nine of Pentacles, sorry.
That's nine.
There's a good chance that, yeah, somebody could easily be
Attracted to your security.
Or they could propose you, like, hey, like, maybe somebody you work with, finally, like, hits on you a little bit, flirts with you or something, and that can ideally lead to abundance.
I'm getting like a strong delivery boy vibe almost. Because he's like, this is the chick that already needs something brought to her, or she has a lot, but she doesn't have the 10th pinnacle. And he's like, hey, I kind of want to bring you something. Like, I don't know. There's just something cute about it. There's like a courtship thing happening, like definitely flirty. Something that feels good. So this is a good relationship vibe for like maybe a new phase if you're already established. Something about your levels getting deeper with each other.
I love this Sagittarius. This is so cute.
It's cute.
I miss my delivery boy, so
No.
I totally resonate with this. Like,
he was so much fun. Anyway,
right.
Sagittarius, I don't really know what else to say. It's simple and sweet.
Scorpio.
I don't want to cross my legs, but if I do, they're too tall to be under the table. So I'm fidgety.
Okay, full moon in Libra this April. The Emperor. Alright, so you're probably going to be feeling fairly confident. You could be feeling like you're in a position of power. That's fairly well balanced. I feel like when it comes to the Emperor, he's not like the King of Swords or the King of Wands. He's the Emperor. He is all of it.
He's the shit.
Yeah,
like he's a 4. He's
a 4.
He's the card number 4.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was about to be like, he's a 4, like, I'm like, isn't the scale?
Not a hot or not scale, okay? He's probably like an 11 in real life because he's like fiery.
That sounds like he's a 4?
Not this dude. No, I meant like literally in the tarot deck.
Okay.
So he represents equal, but at the same time he's in control of and well possessed of his domain. Very Aries energy. Ugh. So he might be like tired of micromanaging and because he's overwhelmed. There's a lot of 9s for these signs. This is the 9 of Swords. Oh boy.
This is us. Like,
we're such nerds, guys.
9 is almost a completion. It's the step right before completion.
Let me try to get up close. There's a battle on the bed, like relics of memories of something harsh happening. It looks like somebody's taking dominion over somebody else.
She looks like she just woke up from a nightmare.
Yeah, this is like night terrors. This is memories of maybe perhaps your father being too controlling because this is also daddy energy. Big daddy energy.
I was thinking of my stepdad, and he's a Scorpio. And he
caused a few nights like this for you, yeah.
He didn't cause me nightmares. He just made me live a nightmare.
Yeah.
So this resonates fairly strongly for me, and I was thinking that scenario right as you said that. So there's a good chance.
Telepathy, guys.
So there's somebody. It doesn't have to be a Scorpio. You could be like if you are the Scorpio watching this. There's a good chance that just somebody in general.
I keep feeling like down pressed.
Like you're miserable. Somebody's just being utterly. Just
nitpicky.
They're just bulldozing you.
Bulldozing energy. Good one. I wish there was something better to say about that.
Stand up for yourself.
This energy's temporary. It won't last. But it will, this moon, good thing, it's going to bring these things up in our relationship. So
no, yes, it said it was going to
like
cause
this,
much tension in relationships.
it's for a purpose so that we can stand up with our true desires and or what our will really is. So there's nothing like somebody to give you that sort of bounce, and it's really that a soul, it's a favor from the soul. So Scorpio, like, don't let it get you down too much. It's like that anxiety won't last. That bounce you need for your next level. So it's like fighting a boss battle. That emperor. Like it's not going to feel awesome at first. It's not going to probably be the most comfortable moon, but you know, it is what it is. Is it Libra time yet? Is it? Do I have to do that first?
Yeah,
I'm on the first card. Okay.
I was.
Oh shit!
The devil went down to Georgia.
So, this isn't always bad. This is actually kind of like, yeah, it can be a challenge, but it's kind of can be like a fun, sexy, like, but a challenge, like. But I don't know. Like, it depends on what the other card is. It could be anything. This could be addictions
kinky
too.
Vibes, yeah.
Like anywhere from kink to addictions, or anything unconventional, like maybe the urge or the compulsion to party inappropriately. Let's see what she has here.
How about the Seven of Pentacles?
Okay, this could be easy being a workaholic. Easy.
Yeah, you're addicted to work.
Or like a gambling addiction where you're just too busy, like, to being focused and impatient to get your gains.
I'm also picking up on possibly like penny pinching vibes, Libra. Like you could be so like concentrating on just watching your money, staring at it, you know, enjoying it, but it's really turning you into the devil. It's putting you in a bad spot.
Like obsessive compulsive, just tedium. Why though? Like, this isn't that comfortable. So so Libra, like, you might feel pressure to get something straight, or like,
I feel like this moon's going to somehow put pressure on certain points of your finances.
There's not much you can do about it other than watch it come to fruition on its own, though. But you're gonna feel pressure, or like some sort of building anxiety about it. Perhaps.
I just saw another lizard just now. So for some reason, if a lizard resonates with you, it just popped up on the wall just now.
Yeah. This devil energy could be trickster energy.
A snake just popped into my head when she said that. So maybe, you know, be careful of scams. I really can feel like this can be
these
like
two lizards chasing each other now. So
scams, con artists.
Be careful. If there's something that's too good to be true happening.
Identity theft.
That's entirely possible.
Watch where you spend, you know, getting gas. Try to go inside if you can. Make sure those little stickers on the gas pumps are still sealed.
Paying cash even though it takes longer. You just got to be more patient and kind of try not to cut corners right now, because the energy is just a little bit off. Also try not to work too many hours this during this time.
Balance, Libra.
You're probably gonna be the one. I don't know about this, like Aquarius too, maybe, but
I'm a Libra
when
moon.
it comes to burnout
moon
and being accident prone during this moon time so far, I feel like Aquarius and Libra, the air signs, are going to be a little bit in danger of fritzing themselves out if they don't take it easy.
All right, Virgo. Full moon for you, huh?
We're in a Virgo's house right now. He's one of our favorite Virgos.
And I got the Eight of Pentacles for you. Why does this not surprise me? This would come up.
You're so like into perfection, it only makes sense.
Virgo is one of the most, they're very service oriented. They're very hardworking.
Detail.
And you know, they like to provide. They like to make sure everyone's happy.
It was going to try to come up upside down, but I didn't want it to. It didn't feel right. I feel like you're moving towards, like,
from concentrating.
you're actually, like, getting into your emotions for once. And not just working, but doing what you love. There's something about your happiness level that's increased. Something about your creativity level has increased.
You know, you could have finally found a job that you truly enjoy, and it's now going to be able to give you the financial stability, and now you're going to feel comfortable concentrating
It's
on
like a
your
niche.
emotions.
A niche, something about feeling a little bit more stable and
secure.
And you can't work on the details until you're in a more secure place. Like when it comes to survival or being able to actually work on making your life detailed the way you want it to be, it's really hard to do that when you're scraping for the tiniest little crumbs. So you're feeling a lot more like you can spread out and actually make your world more customized for you.
And considering Virgos love to be able to give, working is super important to you. And you're probably coming to this spot where you're feeling like you can give more. You can be more yourself.
That's how you express your love, is by showing people what you can provide from what you've built, and you can't do that until you've built something.
I love that.
So
that's awesome. This full moon will definitely make you guys kind of turn in more emotionally and start fulfilling that.
There's something a lot more satisfying about this for you guys, because maybe you're actually getting the satisfaction of your work shown to you, and you're getting like appreciated.
Yeah, you're feeling you're feeling maybe emotionally validated. Like you could be doing, like your work could also involve emotional like boundaries involved. Like
yeah, boundaries keep things.
And you're finally thriving. Feeling, and it's all coming together.
Why do I so like this? Stupid Neptune square sun. I'm tired, but I'm not tired. You? Mm-hmm. Well, this one just popped up. So you have the Two of Wands.
Got the whole in your hands.
You have already had the dawning of a new idea, and it's actually starting to come into more of a firm. You can't move on with it yet, but you're actually drawing up the details right now.
Think of it as you came up with a prototype and you just went in and got your first model made, and you're just like, look, this is my first little official
prototype.
Yeah, like
model. Yeah, this is the thing. So you're actually starting to like it's catching fire. It's splitting off from one into two, and it's becoming like more exciting for you. Whatever comes next is going to be getting bigger.
The 10 of Cups. So whatever, if this is an idea, it's definitely going to bring a ton of fulfillment.
When it comes to relationships, this is definitely becoming ready to share yourself with somebody else, because it's splitting off into two instead of being one.
I also can interpret these cards as somewhat of a proposal. Mm-hmm. So if Leo, you're thinking of proposing, I really feel like this is a yes. This is going to kind of just tie everything together. This is somewhat of a bit like a happy family card, blue skies.
You can get what you want, mm-hmm. and you're actually taking time to savor it and see it coming.
Absolutely. This full moon for you guys will really
seems like it's really nice for most folks so far.
Yeah, so if you're contemplating on, just even maybe proposing an idea at work, this will hopefully give you that yes or no this moon too. go for it or not. Cancer. Your full moon guidance. Okay, so we got the Wheel of Fortune. Cancer. So, Wheel of Fortune is almost exactly what it sounds like, the Wheel of Fortune. Almost anything can happen at any point in time. You have the 4 different elements on this card, so it does represent earth, air, wind, and fire, cardinal, mutable, sorry. All slapping her. Wake up! So this full moon with the Wheel of Fortune could ideally, anything can happen.
You really can, and you don't want to take that for granted. You don't really want to turn down opportunities right now. You don't want to cross your arms and be like, well, that didn't happen exactly like I pictured.
So, Cancer, with those 2 cards, you could be not realizing you have some dope ass people in front of you and you're treating them like crap, or you're
you really don't want to be taking things for granted on any level right now, especially when it comes to your relationships.
You're concentrating on that one thing you don't like, that one cup that they were holding, and the 3 were perfectly good right there. Why are you crying over spilled milk when you have 3 perfectly fucking brand new gallons over here?
It's about your ability to receive too. Maybe you're just not ready.
Yeah, and I can absolutely picture you've been sitting here wanting stuff, and it's coming before you, and you're overlooking it because you're just
impatient.
Exactly.
It's not coming the way you want it to, or how you want it to. It's not looking like you wanted it to. Something. Calm down, dude. Have some trust. I almost had a card jump out.
I wish we could just have a recording of Christopher Witecki saying zodiac signs. So when it goes, I love the way he says them. Gemini, just the emphasis he has.
Yeah, he's I don't know. His voice is always so cheery. I love
it.
So yeah, it's Gemini, right?
Gemini.
My card's already out, so here we go. We have the 10 of Pentacles for you guys, and this is a completion energy. You've reached a level of security or some sort of coins, possibly, or you feel like you've got this home established. Your family is finally in one spot. Usually, I often, this card feels happy to me, but sometimes I'll read a definition and it's saying that this is about family strife and the elder in the household, which is right there. You can barely see him behind the coin. He's causing some sort of division in the family. And it's really hard to understand what that's like until we get another card going on.
She's hitting right on the division point because I pulled the Chariot, and the Chariot, one of the meanings behind the Chariot is you can see that we have a black and white, I don't know what you'd call these.
Sphinx.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say.
Sphinx!
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be wrong and sound stupid. So you got the black and white Sphinx. One of the interpretations is they're facing different directions, meaning the Chariot's being pulled in 2 different directions. There's 2 different outcomes trying to, you're being pulled 2 different directions. So Gemini, there ideally can be something going on in your family where you are personally feeling like you're being pulled in many different directions. This full moon can make you feel uncomfortable and have to bring you to a point where you do need to make a decision.
There's a fragmentation inside of Gemini already. So this could cause like a feeling of like even worse split personalities or more confusion, because most of the time like we don't even know how to think about what we feel. It's like really, you know how it is. You've got Mercury in Gemini. It's like emotions and thoughts are so intertwined that it's like you're already divided. So when you come across something that's already in your life that's starting to split into two, and you want it to be more glued together, or it's just not secure as you thought, that something has to start over. So it's going in a new direction. This is a success card too. So it's like you might not like the sensation of it dividing or whatever, but it's going to be in your favor.
I'm picking up on like the vibe of divorce, and I'm not picking up on a negative vibe of divorce. Like more like of a thank God, like this divorce is over and I can move on with things.
Everybody's free to feel good.
Yeah, like that's basically how I'm interpreting it. So whether if it's a divide in partnerships at a company,
again, the air signs are going to be, I feel like, the most affected by this relationship energy, causing togetherness or division. Like either way, there's
decisions are going to be made.
There's a straight 50-50 on all air signs on our readings just right now, as to if it's going to glue you guys together or shake you up. So I find that fascinating.
All right, Taurus. See how this full moon is going to treat you, Taurus. Okay, so this is the Six of Swords. This is going somewhere. It's almost kind of like escape.
Since it's the swords, though, it's mine. Mentally.
Yeah, like I'm really just feeling like a mental escape.
From bumpy waters to smooth.
You can finally be on the path to smoother thoughts, but that's because of
I feel like really I just had this out for the last reading, but it was upright.
I think finances, like
it's got to be money, like
finally not worrying so much. I don't take it the reverse backwards like as a bad thing.
No, but I feel like there might be a disagreement that you're needing to not just run from, but come together and have a sort of meeting of the minds about. That'll make it more rewarding. I hope that makes sense. There's an agreement that needs to be fixed between some parties. This is multiple parties. This is two people with a child in this card. This is two people and a child with two dogs and an old man. So it's like maybe your neighbors, and it's just like you guys have been annoying each other or whatever, and it's just something that needs to come to some sort of easement agreement, something like that. But
or Taurus, you could plainly just need to make the decision to go a different direction in order to get the Ten of Pentacles in the upwards direction.
You want to not do it in a way that's like ghosting them. Don't ghost.
Yeah.
Do it with some diplomacy.
I looked right at the time thingy at 48:48.
I always get the worst butterflies when it's Aries time. I always get the worst. And she's supposed to go first.
You.
Oh, shit. Well, I guess let's turn this card over with the anticipation already. King of Wands. He's like built an empire on his creative impulses. So this guy who is a guy who knows how to ride his will successfully and go ahead and be all of him at once. He's like he's a sexy dude. Like a lot of times they call this Leo energy, but I want to call attention to the little lizard. We've been seeing lizards throughout this whole reading and doves out the window, and they've all come into play. So that's really important. Look up lizard or salamanders, both for you guys. Aries is like we've scratched and fought this Aries season because we have so much going on with Chiron being in Aries, and we're finally getting the hang of this shit. Like it feels good. Like this is going to oppose, this moon will oppose our Aries placements probably. We have to look at the exact degrees. But Libra and Aries do oppose each other on the chart. So this is like a good kind of opposition where we feel accomplished, I feel like.
Justice. So
like Capricorn got justice as well.
You know, he is holding the scales. This is the Libra full moon. You could ideally just be coming to a point with this full moon where you are feeling like you are finally at justice with things. Like, these two dudes are very powerful guys in my perspective.
I feel like this is like a change of
perspective almost. Like,
these are literally, what's funny about this is this is literally like Aries and Libra like.
Yeah, it is.
It's the exact, these two opposites are marrying in this way, and it's like
they're mirroring each other basically.
Exactly the kind of contrast you need to build something from. So you're doing your impulsiveness, but you're not doing it in a way that wrecks shit. You're doing it in a way that heals things and glues it together and makes it even again. And that's really, 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 really good for Aries. It's like good on us for once.
Salt and pepper.
Like
just like that, you know,
they're not the same.
But they complement each other.
And they're essential.
Oh, so well.
So Aries, like, there's something about passion being okay this time. It's okay to go with your passions. And your instincts aren't going to lead you to hell this time.
No, absolutely. I think you'll feel very justified.
That was so corny. So appropriate. Okay, so I guess it's the Oracle card time. That felt fast.
Yeah, no, we're right. It's been 53 minutes, so it's just gone by fast, but it's right at the right time.
My time sense is all fucked.
Alright, so
transit stuff is real.
We did touch base before we started the reading on the overall collective for this full moon from the Sacred Rebels deck by Alana Fairchild. It is number 32, Faith in the Process.
She's in a little red wagon and there's two birds. I don't know.
No matter how powerful we are, how much courage and strength we have, there are times when we can't quite move ourselves along to the next phase of life or creative exploration. At such times, we need divine intervention, a little help in pulling our trolley along, that little red wagon, so to speak. When we are at the edge of our own limits and have no personal resources, we might be left with only one spiritual power, that of faith. Fortunately, that is enough. As unlikely as it may seem, the invisible help from the universe is often more powerful than the physical efforts of 1,000 men. That is because this invisible help is not limited by physical laws. It can shift, bend, and move in ways that defy limitation. It can affect, evoke, and influence situations through through invisible but undeniably persuasive means. You are in a situation where you cannot set right the course of events all by yourself. This is not an indication that you have done something wrong, nor does this suggest that you are not strong enough. It is a sign that there is something bigger unfolding in your life, and your willpower will be supplemented by the power of life itself. Together, a bigger plan needs to manifest for the benefit of humanity and the earth. You need to shift your perspective to realize that you are part of a greater unfoldment of life, that your individual life serves the greater plan, and that you are not separate from its genius. This is what is happening now. You happen to be instrumental to the greater plan, and as such, you need to accept your position and be moved, while also being empowered and protected as you make personal progress through your role in the greater scheme. This is time for humility and trust. You need complete faith in the process and events that are happening. There is nothing to worry about. You will be moved most fully and easily, and with the most grace and assistance through your faithful surrender. Ironically, it is through complete surrender and total faith that we become the most empowered. When we are no longer trying to impede the perfection of the greater plan, we can be aligned with and moved by the process. Having faith in the benevolence of life rather than harboring the suspicion that life is seeking to catch us out, have a joke at our expense, or carelessly toss us about as though we mean nothing, then we can relax a little. Having faith in the process gives you space to be curious about what is taking place and to relax enough to be open to what we are most in need of, even if we aren't exactly sure what that is or how it can happen. The guidance from the oracle comes direct from the greater source of life itself. There is now an opportunity for you to be moved from the situation you are currently in to the next chapter in your life. You can't do it on your own. It is too big. It is too big of a shift. It needs the grace of life to intervene on your behalf. You will need faith, though. You will feel as though the wheels of your trolley are coming off and that they are a bit rickety. But you must also understand that the voice of life is now coming straight to your heart with this message. I have resources you know not of. It is safe to trust in my ways and in my wisdom, for I love you, and I am guiding you into all that is rightfully yours. Know that what is rightfully yours is what your heart truly desires, and need not fear loss. Nothing that is meant to come to you will be denied, and it is safe for you to let go and allow me to move you. Through faith, peace is restored, and you are able to know this and perhaps have some fun in the process. Say aloud. The following is the healing process. I now ask that all disappointing experiences of the past that have led me to believe that life is not trustworthy or that faith is a silly or immature way to deal with life be released from my mind, body, and heart. I ask for help to accept that I can and will attract all that is needed into my life at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I ask to be empowered to absolutely receive all that can assist me with gratitude and without shame or guilt. In doing so, I dedicate myself to be a clear, loving, open channel for the flow of life. I know the benefit in doing so is not limited to me, but will flow so that life can benefit others through me. I trust in this now. Through unconditional love, so be it. You have completed the healing process. If needed, repeat the prayer each day to help you boost your confidence that everything can and will sort itself out, whether you feel in control or not. In fact, it can do so more easily when you don't feel in control.
I like that. That fits for a lot of the readings that we did, if not all of them. Like a glove.
You know, so this full moon could definitely be bringing decisions and other factors that you're really going to have to
Be your own ally.
yeah, and you just need to trust yourself and believe your intuition, and the decisions you're making with this full moon are part of divine guidance.
There's
And
no mistakes. If it feels like the wheels are falling off of your trolley, there's nothing wrong with that. You're still on your path.
But you need to have faith. It's all about faith. So in case if you start to doubt yourself, just remember, you know what? I know my decision is going to be the right decision because everything happens for a reason.
You know what? Don't be so afraid of screwing up.
Because everything happens for a reason.
You have to have the faith and not be afraid of screwing up. That's half.
Exactly.
That's like half of the practice right now. And the other half is actually taking the action that's necessary.
The thought of whatever you will be doing would not come across your mind if it wasn't meant to come across your mind.
Very often our desires come up for a reason. And usually what holds us back is the lack mentality, like it was talking about. Any sort of lack that's coming up right now needs to be examined. But we gotta wrap this up. It's long.
All right, so we hope this provided you with a little bit of guidance in regarding this full moon on April 19th at, what is it again?
4:12 a.m.
4:12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are not on the
West Coast.
Well, yeah, I was doing my little chart in my mind. Yeah, if you're not on the West Coast, it's going to be on a different time than you. But if you have any questions, if you want a personal reading, if you want to learn more about this full moon, feel free to hit up either Katie, the angel that says fuck, or me, Megan. And we could either send you in the direct direction or take care of you ourselves. Our information will be down below in the description box, including all the timestamps. I doubt you're watching this whole video through, but in case you do. Besides that, we hope that the rest of April is everything you wished it would be.
May your relationship to yourself get better over this full moon.
Absolutely. See you guys on our next video.
Bye.